Keys, gems, and gold are the three main collectible currency-like items that players can obtain in Blueprints. Keys fall somewhere in the middle, with gold being relatively common and gems being relatively rare. This Blueprints resource is required to advance farther into the Mount Holly estate, where locked doors become more prevalent, and is used to unlock doors and specific objects. This Blueprints Keys guide lists all of the main sources of keys that we have found in the game, explains how to obtain more keys in Blueprints, and describes the uses for keys. Keys are used in Blueprints to open locked doors and containers. Certain rooms may contain locked trunks that can only be opened by breaking the lock with a key or a sledgehammer. Another challenge is locked doors. In other words, doors are more likely to be locked the farther you go into the estate. Although you only need to locate one keycard to open these. This also holds true for keycard doors. Unlocking a door or container will use up one key, and the higher the room rank, the more likely it is that the doors leading to that room will be locked. You should still exercise caution when using your keys to open doors and containers, even though they are not exchanged for cash like gold or gems. You might have to call it a day sooner than you would have liked if you run out of keys and are unable to open a locked door. Although the lockpick has a high failure rate, it can be used on multiple doors. To save your keys for doors that do not pass the check, use this item before regular keys on all locked doors. The storeroom, nook, and garage are among the few rooms in Blueprints that automatically award keys. Blueprints players can benefit the most from the garage out of these three key locations, but this unique space can only be found in the Manor's west wing. Storeroom, 1 key. Nook, 1 key. Garage, 3 keys. Additionally, you might come across keys at random in rooms that do not clearly indicate that they are there. For instance, there is a slim possibility that a key will appear on the coffee table in the security room, the desk in the study, and numerous other places. To find additional hidden keys, search in obscure locations. A few rooms will always have a number of unique items that are drawn from a pool that contains tools, collectibles like gold and gems, and other unique items. Keys may be found alongside other rewards in the tool shed, closet, walk-in closet, and other rooms that award a certain quantity of randomized rewards. Do not rely on these sources because the rooms draw from a wide variety of sources. However, when you most need a key, it can be a pleasant surprise to discover one in one of these dead-end rooms. Solving the dartboard puzzle in the pool room is one of the most dependable methods to obtain keys. Players must solve 4 problems, each represented by a different color, using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in the Blueprints dartboard puzzle. You will uncover a hidden compartment behind the dartboard that holds a key item if you can correctly answer all 4. It can reward special keys, such as the key to the secret garden and the key card in addition to common keys. However, you will typically receive 2 keys to solve the billiards room puzzle. In Blueprints, keys are sold at the commissary and the locksmith. You can always buy keys in the locksmith room, but the commissary inventory fluctuates from run to run and might not always have keys. Make sure to save your gold because both of these vendors might sell single and multi-packs of keys. While the commissary can be drafted at any rank in the manor, the locksmith is usually found in ranks 5 and up in the second half of the manor. You might come across locked trunks throughout the manor that require a key or a sledgehammer to open. It may seem counterintuitive, but since keys are likely to be found in locked trunks, using a key to open a locked trunk is not always a bad idea, especially if you have plenty to spare. However, a sledgehammer can also be used to open them. The sledgehammer can be found in the tool shed, green rooms, particularly the conservatory, or specific stores that will give you one in return for gold. You will not need a key to open a locked trunk if you have one of these. Your star count will rise as you continue to draft the observatory room, opening up new and even multiple constellation bonuses. If you find the constellation known as Clavis the Key, you will receive an additional key. You need to have drafted the observatory at least 8 times in order to obtain Clavis, which requires at least 8 stars. Later on in the game, you will be able to view multiple constellations simultaneously through the telescope, so even if you have more than 8 stars, the +1 key reward from Clavis the Key may appear once more. For free items and day-long bonuses that could help or hurt your run, make sure to check the observatory as frequently as you can. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on to get all future updates.